What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Wired to Be Rich, the podcast where we don't wait on permission to elevate. We shift, we leap, we build, and we own it all. I'm your host, Manda Lee, and I'm actually recording this from beautiful San Diego, California right now. Out here mixing business and pleasure because in this space, we believe in doing both. And today, let's get into this myth that you can only focus on one thing to be successful. Because no shade, but that's lazy thinking to me.
She's not just a podcast host. She's a movement.
Manda Lee is teaching people how to break cycles and build real wealth, mentally, financially, and spiritually.
People all over the world are waking up to her message.
Wired to Be Rich isn't just a podcast, it's a mindset shift.
She makes you believe again in yourself, in your power, and your ability to actually have the life you always known was meant for you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Manda Lee, entrepreneur, speaker, and founder of Balance and Destiny, and this is Wired to Be Rich. So here's what I've been hearing lately. Girl, how do you run a business, host a podcast, create content, travel, and still be in a happy relationship? Like, how do I manage all of that and not lose my mind? Well, let me be real with y'all. I get tired. I get overwhelmed. There are moments where I have 47 tabs open in my brain and I still have to show up, still have to hit record, still have to be present in my relationship, but I do it. And not because I'm superhuman, but because I trained my mind to handle more. The answer is mental agility. The ability to pivot, prioritize, and not fall apart every time life demands more of you. People love to say, you need to focus on one thing to be successful. But here's my thing. Why limit yourself like that? Why play small because it's easier to manage? That's a weak mindset to me, and it's rooted in fear. Fear of being stretched, fear of dropping the ball, fear of being seen doing a lot and maybe not doing it perfectly. But me, I'd rather juggle and grow than sit still and rot. You can have a partner. You can have multiple streams. You can build your brand and your body and your bank account simultaneously. You just have to redefine what focus means, because focus isn't about limiting your power to one lane. It's about being intentional in all your lanes. I don't spread myself thin. I stretch myself wide on purpose, with strategy and with rhythm. And let's be honest, it's not always pretty. Sometimes I'm emailing a client while I'm waiting for my man to come out the barbershop. Sometimes I'm editing podcast content with my bonnet on at midnight because I had a long and exhausting meeting during the day, hit the gym after, and still needed me time. Sometimes I'm holding it down for myself and my want for love at the same time because I chose a life that requires that kind of power from me. But listen, I don't know about you. I can only speak for myself. But if you're like me, you'd rather have a full plate than an empty table. I date and I'm still building an empire. I'm trading, I'm coaching, I'm running a podcast, planning events, doing speaking gigs. Well, planning on doing speaking gigs. And yes, I still have time for my man and to rub on him while we talk about God and goals. I still light candles and take bubble baths with my wine at night. I still pray over my life and over my man's because I'm soft, but not small. This is balance. This is harmony. This is my version of soft life. Not sitting around waiting for ease, but building a life where the chaos still feels beautiful because it's mine. That's what it means to be wired to be rich. It's not just about money. It's about range, mental range, emotional range, the ability to move through multiple dimensions of yourself without folding. And speaking of alignment, let's talk about day trading. Because listen, I stepped into this world, and let me be real with y'all. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know everything because I don't. I'm still learning, still figuring out my rhythm, still taking notes, and still making little mistakes here and there. But what I do know is this game is powerful. And if you care even a little bit about wealth, freedom, or not being financially at the mercy of a job forever, then you need to start paying attention. Day trading is not about being lucky. It's not even just about charts and candlesticks and all those little technical things that scare people off. It's about behavior. It's about psychology. It's about being able to move in silence, make decisions under pressure, and not lose your mind when the numbers jump. You've got to stay unemotional in a highly emotional space. And that right there is a skill most people never master. You know what else I'm learning? You don't need a finance degree. You don't have to have a fancy title or some background in Wall Street to get in this room. What you do need is discipline and patience and a mindset that isn't scared to lose in order to learn. I always, always, always say you have to pay to play because, yeah, you're going to lose in the beginning, y'all. I'm just going to be real with you. You are, and it's okay, but you're not betting your rent. Or not, I shouldn't even say betting. You're not, screw it. You're not betting your rent. As part of it, though, you test, you trial, you tweak. But once you start understanding the rhythm of it, the way money moves, the way people react to news, baby, that bag starts coming in fast, like faster than any job I've ever worked. And I've worked hard. I've built businesses from scratch. I've coached people, created content for hours on end. But the way this game can flip in your favor once you learn how to move inside of it is wild. This isn't just another side hustle. This is a mental muscle you build where you stop looking at money like it's only available through effort and start understanding how to multiply it through intelligence. You can stay working a 9 to 5 for 30 years hoping your 401k hits. Or you can start learning how to move like the people who make the market, not just work for it. And listen, I'm just getting started, but I can already feel my brain shifting. I look at money different now. I look at risk different. I look at myself different because now I'm not just working for money. I'm learning how to make money work for me. So if you've been curious, start now. Don't wait till you feel ready, y'all. You won't feel ready. But this world, it moves fast and you don't learn how to keep up. You'll always be catching what's left instead of claiming what's yours. And if you want more content about day trading, drop me a review or DM me on my socials that are tagged below and let me know, y'all, because this is a whole subject that I would love to do another episode about. But let's get into what I know y'all are seeing all over your timeline and the news. Trump and Elon Musk going at it. People are torn. Some think it's a pride thing. Some say it's about race. Some think it's just rich men doing rich man drama for clicks. But let me tell you how I see it. This isn't ego. It isn't entertainment. It's about money. Big money. Bigger than most people are even thinking about. This is strategy. It's chess, not checkers, because these aren't just two men beefing online. These are two power players with massive influence over the economy, tech, policy, and the future of how this country runs. And when they fall out in public like this, there's always, let me say it again, always a motive. So when Trump starts talking about mass deportations and bringing back quote unquote order, everybody jumps straight to the race. And listen, I get it. That layer is very real. We'd be ignorant to ignore it like it's not, right? But it's deeper than that. What I see is economics, power, control, profit. This Make America Great Again movement underneath all the noise is about making America profitable again. Let's call it for what it is. And how do you increase profit in capitalism? Well, you cut cost, you reduce risk, you remove what they view as non-essential labor or expense. And that's where it gets dark because the people being targeted, the ones being ripped from their homes, separated from their families, losing everything overnight, are being treated like numbers on a spreadsheet, not like humans. Just line items to be erased in the name of boosting the bottom line. That's what nobody wants to say out loud. This ain't about justice. This is about efficiency. It's not about security, it's about systems. And if you think that doesn't affect you, then you're not paying attention. Because the same mindset that justifies deporting a mother who's built a life here and contributed for years is the same mindset that would collapse your small business, your job, your neighborhood, your access, if it meant protecting their power. The system doesn't play fair. It never did. It plays profitable. And I'm not saying this to scare anyone. I'm saying this to wake you up. If you're out here trying to build wealth, real freedom, real legacy, you've got to start paying attention to the undercurrents, not just the headlines, not just the tweets. Because what looks like drama on the surface is usually a money move underneath. So yes, I am watching Trump versus Elon situation closely, not because I care about the gossip, but because I care about how it affects the economy, the markets, the policies, and the energy of the people and my money. Because at the end of the day, when billionaires beef, the fallout never lands on them, it lands on us. So protect your mindset, protect your bag, and most importantly, watch who's pulling the strings, because they're not just playing games, they're building empires. And if you're not careful, yours could be the only one. Okay, let me not scare you. I'm sorry. Yours could be the one that they're building on top of. So here's the real truth. Whether you're building a brand, dating someone amazing like me, trading in the markets, or just trying to stay grounded while your life levels up, yes, you can do it all, okay? The difference is mental stamina. You don't need to shrink your life to fit someone else's capacity. They'll call it doing too much. I call it being fully activated, being multidimensional. If you're tired of playing small, it's time to tap in. Learn how the money moves. Learn how you move, and stop waiting for permission to slip to the life you already know you're meant for. Because guess what? You can have the relationship, the business, the travel, the wealth, the freedom, the peace, all of it. You just have to be bold enough to say, it's mine, and I mean it. You're listening to me right now. If I can do it, then it's obtainable, right? Exactly. That's it for today's episode. But before I go, I wanted to introduce a new experience that I am offering on my website, Balance and Destiny, at www.balancedestiny.com. This new experience is called the Destiny Suite, and it's a career reinvention intensive full-day VIP experience. It's one day, one brand, and one massive shift. And the Destiny Suite is a VIP career and wealth positioning experience for high achievers ready to rebrand with power. It includes a full resume and LinkedIn overhaul, salary negotiation plans, a 90-day roadmap, and a private strategy session to align your career with the income you deserve. One day, total transformation. I promise you won't regret it. But if this episode hit, send it to someone who needs to hear it. If you're in that doing it all season, I want you to keep going, because your clarity will come from your capacity, not your comfort. I will catch y'all next Tuesday. Same place, same truth. Stay rich in mind, spirit, and the bag. Catch y'all next week. Bye.